Before the video starts, please join my Discord server. I'm doing a Q&A at 1,000 subscribers, link in description. I feel like almost everybody has seen or at least heard of Outlast by now, and it's no secret that it's my favorite horror game of all time. If you don't know, Outlast is a game where you play as a journalist named Miles Upshur, and you have to investigate the Mount Massive Asylum, not knowing its dark secrets. You get trapped and have to continue further into the asylum while looking for a way out. It sounds like a pretty basic concept, but it is so much bigger than you think. Keep in mind that a lot of things in this video are my opinions, so please don't attack me for my opinions. Now, let me tell you why Outlast is my favorite horror game of all time. I first saw Outlast back in 2014 when many YouTubers were uploading content on the game. I really enjoyed watching the game, but I had never actually played it until around spring of 2020. I bought the game on Nintendo Switch and beat the game within about 3 days in a casual playthrough, and let me just tell you, it was worth it. Just letting you know I have over 100 hours in that game. Personally, I find speedrunning the game to be incredibly fun, but mostly on a casual speedrun route. I'm gonna move on though because I could be talking about speedrunning for a while, so here are the main reasons why I love Outlast so much. Just letting you know this video will probably have spoilers. I just thought I should let you know that in case you haven't seen Outlast or haven't played Outlast, just that way you won't be spoiled. Reason 1, the graphics. Even though this game was made in Unreal Engine 3, it still holds up to this day and looks amazing, even compared to a lot of games out today, surprisingly. They make it look so realistic and sometimes makes you feel like you're actually there. It is also so detailed, making things even like wall and ceiling textures to look amazing. Normally, you wouldn't expect that whenever you're playing a game, or a horror game for that matter. I think one reason why I like how the game handles the graphics is because you can tell that the creators were really careful with how they went about creating and detailing all of the textures. That could just be me though, but I kind of get that feeling. Reason 2, the mechanics. This game has some of the best and most tight game mechanics I've ever seen, and that is definitely a good thing. You feel like an actual human with each animation and movement that your character makes. Everything feels amazing, the way you peek around corners, the speed at which you sprint, the way you walk, literally everything. Even the jumping, which a lot of people say is clunky by the way, actually feels pretty clean and incredibly fun to play with. You can also do some pretty funny glitches with the doors, some of which I've actually managed to pull off. Reason 3, the story. Personally, I don't care what anybody says about the story of Outlast, or most notably the ending, but I think that Outlast has an amazing story and I actually liked the ending. The story is that Murkoff, the company in the game, is claiming to be a mental asylum and a form of charity, but in reality they are not. They conduct experiments with the program MK Ultra, and this includes the Wall Rider or the Swarm. The Wall Rider usually has a human host, which at the beginning of the game is a dude named Billy. Towards the end of the game, you are tasked with cutting off his life support, essentially killing him. Before Billy fully dies, the Wall Rider comes out of him and attacks you, and then goes inside of you, making you the new host. Then Mount Massive Asylum's soldiers, army, force, I don't know what they're called, kill you, and they think that they had gotten rid of the evidence that you had recorded on your camcorder, but then the Wall Rider comes out of you and completely destroys all of the people who were in that room. That's kind of a rough version of the full story, but hopefully you got the main idea of it. Even though the story is difficult to understand at first and figure out, it actually gets pretty interesting once you do eventually figure it all out or watch theory videos explaining it. That's really all I have to say, to be honest. Reason 4, the music. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Outlast has the best game OST to ever come out. Now before you read the comments saying that games like Cuphead have the best OST, hear me out. Every piece is live performed by the people over at Red Barrels and it is beautiful. For such a small studio at the time, they really knocked it out of the park. My personal favorites are the main menu and the end credits theme, but my other favorites are basically all of the chase music. The music is very intense, but not too intense to where it's impossible to listen to them without playing the game. I'm honestly down any day of the week to listen to the full OST when listening to music. In fact, I'm probably listening to the OST while writing this script. I think that the music sounds perfect for the style that they were trying to go for, and I think that it perfectly fits with Outlast as a whole. Reason 5, the characters. The characters are some of my favorite horror enemies for many reasons. For one, they are genuinely scary looking and have pretty scary and surprisingly sad backstories as well. It makes them really grow on you, and they all have great and iconic voices, which makes it feel like they really fit in with the sections that they are normally in. Unironically, the chase and sneaking music that is in the characters sections are some of the best and most intense sounds in the entire game. It makes you really immersed, and I love the feeling when you sneak past an enemy and they don't see you. You just get an amazing feeling knowing that you truly outsmarted the enemy. My personal favorite enemies are easily Chris Walker and Dr. Traeger. I honestly think that they are the most iconic characters in the entire game, mostly because of how notable Traeger's section is and how frequently Walker appears. The characters bring some of the most memorable moments of the game, and they all seem decently intelligent for who they actually are. So that's why Outlast is my favorite horror game. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and see why I like Outlast so much. Again, be sure to join my Discord server as I'm doing a Q&A at 1,000 subscribers, and you can submit questions for me to answer in the server. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.